I'm Regina Jimenez, and I'm playing Lois.
Hi, my name is Lorenzo Mireles, otherwise known as Larry, and I play Richie.
Lois is a professional ballerina. A lot of the characters sing about being a professional ballerina, but I think it's really interesting that there is one auditioning, and that's Lois. But with her being so professionally trained in ballet, she stumbles a little bit on the jazz routine. So she ultimately gets cut in the first scene, but this is her first audition for Broadway. So it may be of a learning opportunity for her.
Richie is one of the dancers that comes to the audition at the show, and he's one of the final people that is selected by Zach to be considered for the show, and ultimately at the end he's one of the ones that gets hired. So spoiler alert. I do. I relate to him a ton. It's scary how much I relate to him, because he, went to college and, actually finished, and he's kind of wondering what he's gonna do from like then until now. Originally he wanted to be a teacher, but now he's not doing that. So it's kind of like where I am personally a little bit. So it's crazy how much I relate to him.
I think she's a true professional, and kind of takes the criticism well, for the most part, as much as you can. Of course, anyone would be super bummed to not nail the gig. But I think that she reflects on it a little bit and tries it again another time. Well, very similar to Lois, I've been a dancer for years. Started very young and received training in various different dance styles, so it's been a passion of mine forever. This is, however, my Playhouse debut. I haven't been on stage before. Did a few shows back in the day in my high school years, but this is my first time on the professional stage, so I'm really excited.
I've been acting in shows since I was 9. And then for a while I didn't really do that. I started at church. I did a couple plays at my church, which were actually musicals. But after a while, I think I didn't start acting until I was in high school. But that's where I kind of fell in love with it. And as the years went on, high school, college, I fell even more in love with it. Ever since I was a little kid, I would watch people perform, mostly musicians, and that just made me want to be like, oh my god, I want to be on stage. That was me. So ever since then, I've just been doing it, and I've been loving it and doing something new every time. Dancing. Very good friend of mine, his name is Chris. Just watching him act, and then watching how he was just proactive in seeking out opportunity in any little thing that he could be in after he graduated high school. I was very inspired by that, and it's the reason why I'm continuing to pursue acting, because of watching him, really. My favorite part about the show would have to be the montage, because that is the point of the show where every character has their voice heard in one way or another, and it kind of gives the audience just like this impression of how all our minds are racing, and how whenever we get to talking about our lives, like, we kind of just spill things out, and that's what the montage is like all about. It's just an outpour of everybody's inner thoughts, inner stories, inner secrets. It's really cool. I love that number so much.
My favorite part is probably the very end with the signature gold costuming and everybody coming out in unison, and the grand finale is just very dramatic, very spectacular, and something I gravitate towards. I like that part.